Who are you?
No one.
Who are you?
I'm Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, and you are?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a cult classic television series that has captured the hearts of fans for over 25 years. Set in the fictional town of Sunnydale, California, the show follows Buffy Summers, a high school student who also happens to be the Slayer, destined to fight against vampires and other demonic forces. Today, we will rank every season of Buffy from worst to best, analysing the strengths and weaknesses of each season, and looking at the show's impact overall.
We save the world. I say we party.
If you'd like more videos like this, please subscribe and share your ideas in the comment section for what you would like us to rank and review next. While we will endeavour to avoid giving away too many specific spoilers, our analysis of each season will inevitably reveal some key plot points, so spoiler warning from here on out. So sit back, relax, and join us as we take on the daunting task of ranking every season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, from the weakest to the strongest.
Anyone who's not having fun here, follow me.
In 7th place, it's Season 1. While no season of Buffy can be considered bad, Season 1 is often regarded as the weakest. Although the actors quickly adapt to their roles, the writing can be hit or miss. The two-part pilot Welcome to the Hellmouth and the Harvest provides a strong introduction to the characters and premise. However, there are too many goofy Monster of the Week episodes such as Teacher's Pet, where Xander falls for his science teacher, who turns out to be a praying mantis intending to use him to fertilize her eggs. And I, Robot You Jane, where Willow falls in love with a demon she inadvertently scans into the internet. Despite its shortcomings, Season 1 does have some standout episodes, such as Prophecy Girl, which showcase the show's potential with more adult themes and heightened threats. As with many long-running television shows, Buffy experiences some early season weirdness. The unrequited love triangle between Xander, Willow and Buffy feels odd in retrospect, and the characters feel a little more like archetypes rather than the three-dimensional characters they eventually become, particularly Giles, who rarely deviates beyond the stuffy mentor role. While it isn't Buffy at its best, Season 1 successfully lays the groundwork for what is to come as the show finds its feet and figures out what it is and what it can be.
Guess what? I feel better.
And at number 6, it's Season 7.
Okay.
The final season of Buffy unfortunately ranks among the weakest seasons of the series. The season started off with such promise, with the first episode, Lessons, a well-written introduction to a rebuilt Sunnydale High. It gave us an intriguing glimpse at this season's big bad, the First Evil, a spiritual entity last seen in Season 3, Tormenting Angel. The First Evil had the ability to take the form of any dead person, including resurrected beings, leading to various cameos across the entire season by deceased characters from the show's past. The first half of the season had several standout episodes, such as Conversations with Dead People and Selfless. However, it seemed to hit a bump in the road with the introduction of the potential Slayers and some of the worst British accents ever heard on television.
So, we're supposed to, make out with him or something?
Whatever you do, keep a straight face.
This led to criticism, with many fans feeling that the potentials took up too much screen time, leaving established characters like Xander, Willow and Giles feeling like glorified extras. The season's big bad, being unable to achieve a corporeal form, resulted in its threat rapidly diminishing as the season progressed.
Who's a little fear demon?
Forcing the writers to introduce even more characters. Late into the season, Nathan Fillion turned up as a sociopathic Caleb, providing both a physical threat to the characters and a much needed dose of energy to the series. By the end, all characters seem to be living at the Summers residence, leading to a claustrophobic feeling and making it difficult to distinguish certain episodes from others. While Buffy and Spike's character arcs proved to be the highlight of the season, it's undeniable that other characters were left somewhat neglected. Sadly, Giles suffered the most, with his reintroduction to Sunnydale marred by a multi-episode long fake-out, where the audience were left unsure whether he was dead or alive.
Oh, wait a minute. You think I'm evil if I bring a group of girls on a camping trip and don't touch them?
Furthermore, his eventual betrayal of Buffy and the subsequent fallout felt somewhat out of character, leaving the viewers wanting for an on-screen resolution to their conflict. Meanwhile, Willow's character was given a lackluster romance with the unlikable potential Kennedy, which failed to resonate with audiences. And while Xander and Anya's situation was briefly explored, we were only given occasional glimpses into their struggles as they tried to figure out what they meant to each other. Season 7 felt like a disappointment, given its potential, and it being the last time we would see these characters on screen.
Yeah, Buffy. What are we gonna do now?
And at number 5, it's season 4.
So, college not so scary after all, huh?
It's turning out to be a lot like high school, which I can handle. At least I know what to expect.
Season 4 of Buffy had the unenviable task of changing the show's entire setting from high school to college. With David Boreanaz and Charisma Carpenter leaving to join the spin-off Angel, new additions were introduced, such as Buffy's new boyfriend, Riley Finn, and a promotion to the regular cast for fan favourite Spike, who fills the comedic antagonist role left behind by Cordelia. Much like some portions of the audience, Buffy initially finds the transition to college unsettling and overwhelming, but as the season progresses, we are gifted with wonderful episodes such as Hush, where a group of fairy tale ghouls arrive in Sunnydale to steal the entire town's voices, with well over half of the episode presented with no dialogue. Season 4 felt like the creative team was looking to experiment and have more fun with the premise, as they played around with the format and structure of a standard Buffy episode, with the entirety of Superstar focusing on the minor character Jonathan, and the season finale spot, which was usually reserved for the final battle with the big bad, being taken by Restless, a surreal low-key affair that delved into the dreams of the core 4 characters. The main problem that fans had with season 4 is its central arc. When Buffy discovers her new boyfriend is a soldier for a secret government agency tasked with capturing and researching demons, the season's central plot suffers due to this year's big bad, Adam, a biomechanical demonoid built by the Initiative to act as a super soldier. While his character had enough depth to sustain an episode or two, fans grew wary of him, labelling him dull. The character development is particularly strong in season 4, with Buffy trying to find a balance between her newfound freedom and her responsibilities as a Slayer, Willow and Xander embarking on new relationships, while Giles tries to find his place in the world now that he's no longer the school librarian or Buffy's official watcher, and struggles with his fading relevance in Buffy's life. The distance between the core Scooby Gang is a regular theme throughout the season, culminating in them realising how much stronger they are as a team. Season 4 isn't without its issues, but it successfully managed to navigate the potential pitfalls for such a transitional season, all the while producing some of the show's best loved episodes. With the high school is hell metaphor behind them, season 4 heralded the next era of the show. And in at number 4, it's season 6. Season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has remained a topic of contention among fans, evoking strong emotions from both its detractors and supporters. While some argue that the show could have ended with Season 5, the existence of Season 6 tends to irk some fans, and even as a fan, it's not hard to see why. This season delves into the darkest timeline, showcasing the struggles of our main characters as they transition into adulthood and face seemingly insurmountable challenges. Behind the scenes, Season 6 was a transitional year marked by a move to UPN after 5 years with the WB network, and Joss Whedon taking a step back from his role as executive producer. These changes caused a shift in tone away from the realms of fantasy and towards real-world drama, resulting in the show exploring adult themes while examining each character's lowest points. Buffy's character was portrayed as grappling with depression, feeling detached from the world around her as she navigated the murky waters of adulthood. Season 6 was also notable for its portrayal of subjects such as dependency and addiction, with Willow's descent into magic addiction and Buffy's increasingly abusive relationship with Spike, While some fans felt that the magic is drugs metaphor was too heavy-handed, the show's ability to tackle real-life issues was a bold and courageous move. Defenders of Season 6 often point to the universally acclaimed episode Once More with Feeling as justification for its existence. The musical episode, often cited as the best in the series, showcased the show's willingness to experiment with different formats and styles. The season's big bad, the trio, starts off as a comedic annoyance, but soon takes a dark turn, becoming actual villains halfway through the season, as we slowly realise that they're not this year's real big bad. The pace picks up as the season continues, resulting in Buffy reaching her lowest point yet. Overall, Season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer stands out for its fearlessness in tackling mature themes and taking bold risks. While it may not be perfect, it remains a brave and audacious addition to the Buffyverse.
This is gonna be great.
And at number 3, it's Season 5. Season 5 of Buffy is considered by some fans to be the true ending to the show. The season focuses on Buffy's transition from a teenager to a woman, as she faces family issues that force her to mature quickly. With Riley leaving early on, and Willow and Xander in successful relationships, the show moves away from previous romance-driven plots and into a more domesticated and familial territory. The season's plots centre on Buffy's extended family and the internal dynamics within it. Despite the distance between the Scooby Gang being a focal point in Season 4, they are closer than ever in Season 5. Episodes like Fall for Love and Crush delve into the twisted psyche of Spike, who becomes one of the most fully developed characters on the show. Buffy also gets significant character development, particularly in the critically acclaimed episode The Body, which effectively portrays grief and the shock of loss. The season's central conflict revolves around Buffy protecting her newly found sister Dawn, who is revealed to be a ball of mystical energy, sought after by Glory, a manic and self-obsessed god seeking to open the portal back to her hell dimension. The season finale, The Gift, provided a fitting send-off to Buffy and the world she inhabited, leading some to argue that it was the perfect time to end the series. While the show would have missed out on many fantastic episodes, there aren't many shows that have finished on a higher note than Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5 would have done. And just missing out on the top spot, it's Season 2. Season 2 of Buffy proved to be a masterful example of how to build upon a successful first season. The show's creators were able to take what worked and elevate it to new heights, adding layers of depth to each character, while exploring the difficulties of navigating the complexities of being a teenage girl battling the forces of evil while trying to survive high school. Although the first half of the season was not without its flaws, with a few filler episodes and more moments of early season weirdness, it was during the second half of the season that the show truly hit its stride. The most memorable storyline revolved around the transformation of Buffy's vampire boyfriend, Angel, into the sadistic and ruthless Angelus. His villainous turn proved to be a true tour de force and showcased the show's ability to balance supernatural elements with real-life emotions. As Angelus mercilessly taunted Buffy and her friends, the stakes were raised and viewers were left on the edge of their seats. Meanwhile, the other characters continued to evolve and grow, with Willow starting to overcome her shyness and embracing who she is, Xander and Cordelia exploring their hidden desires, and Giles revealing his dark past as Ripper. The addition of Spike and Drusilla also proved to be a stroke of genius, injecting a wonderfully gothic punk energy into proceedings, and forcing the writers to rework the second half of the season to include them. Overall, Season 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a triumph, perfecting the formula established in the first season while delivering an even more compelling story arc and further developing the characters. It stands as a shining example of how to build upon a successful first season and create something truly remarkable.
Me.
And at number 1, it's Season 3. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's third season is a remarkable improvement on the first two seasons, with the elimination of inconsistency and throwaway filler episodes, perfecting the show's formula. While the third season may not have as many standout episodes as other seasons, it is widely praised for its consistent quality throughout. Even the filler episodes provide dramatic character growth, such as the Zeppo, where Xander realizes his worth as he hilariously tries to stop some undead bullies from blowing up the school. The introduction of new Slayer Faith adds a new dynamic to the show. Due to a history of abuse and trauma, Faith is envious of Buffy's life and her connections with her friends and family, which leads her down a dangerous path as the season progresses. Faith yearns for a healthy family unit, but she betrays the one person who could possibly provide it, and aligns with the mayor, forming a twisted father-daughter relationship that seems to make total sense to the pair of them. As college looms on the horizon, the characters must face the future and make decisions. Buffy and Angel spend much of the season internally wondering whether their relationship can ever be sustainable, and Xander and Willow share a brief romance before realizing they should only ever be friends. The introduction of new characters provides a breath of fresh air to the show. The mayor in particular stands out as one of the most popular big bads of the series thanks to his delightfully unhinged performance that manages to be both hilarious and terrifying at the same time.
That's one spunky little girl you've raised. I'm gonna eat her.
Meanwhile, Wesley's arrival as the new Watcher for Buffy and Faith allows Giles to break out of his uptight mentor role and explore new facets of his personality. As the show progressed, the characters matured and developed, and Season 3 of Buffy strikes the perfect balance between supernatural horror and compelling drama. The consistently high quality of writing, coupled with the acutely crafted character growth, has helped this season earn a spot at the top of many fans' lists. Each character faces new challenges and struggles with their personal demons. The result is a season that is as emotionally resonant as it is thrilling, a true testament to a show at the peak of its powers.
We're taking a moment. And we're done.
As we approach the 20th anniversary of the final episode of Buffy, it's impossible to ignore the profound and lasting impact that this show has had on television and its fans. Buffy's legacy continues to thrive, inspiring a new generation of creators and viewers alike. From its groundbreaking depiction of complex female characters and its delightful deconstruction of multiple genres, Buffy's influence can be seen in countless TV shows that have followed in its wake. Its enduring popularity also speaks to the deep emotional connection that fans feel towards the show and its central character, who has become an icon of empowerment. Buffy the Vampire Slayer may have ended its run on TV, but its legacy lives on, and it will continue to inspire and entertain for generations to come. How about you guys? Do you agree or disagree with our rankings? What's your favourite season? Let us know in the comments section, and if you would like to see more videos on Buffy and other pop culture icons, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.